COVID-19 undoubtedly came with a few changes to the way we interact, communicate, and go about our daily lives. Reports since the beginning of the pandemic have covered the negative effects that mask requirements have on communication between deaf and hearing people. I spoke with a few deaf students to get their perspective on the subject and how it applies to their current lives. Around 100 students at ASU are currently registered as deaf or hard of hearing with the Student Accessibility and Inclusive Learning Services. Vice President of Deaf Devils at ASU, Eric Mejia, spoke about how mask requirements have hindered his conversations due to a lack of patience and understanding from others.
The person who's talking to us with the mask on, they can sometimes be impatient with us, and so there's just this strain on the communication. It's not really good for conversation at all.
Recent ASU graduate Spencer Brown talked about his experience communicating with masks during his transition from ASU into the workforce.
I have some experience like what to do in the adult life, but there's some things that I'm not experienced in or not as where everybody else is. I'm like still getting there, and I'm having that hard time communicating, and I'm having a hard time like understanding what I need to do.
And masks are not the only new communication barrier for deaf students. Brown shared his experience with problems concerning Zoom and technology as a popular medium for communication and socializing.
Somebody mentioned there's captioning on Zoom. I haven't really tried that or found that yet, and I'm not so sure, but I wasn't very confident in that because I thought maybe it would be like YouTube where captioning is a little wonky. I'm just very fortunate that we don't have to wear masks over the screen. That's all I can say.
Manager of ASU's Deaf and Hard of Hearing Center, Lori Johnson, said that the university is currently providing live captioning services and that they offer a variety of clear masks to willing professors to further aid deaf students who rely on lip reading.
The priority is the first day of class, that student has services. Because if a deaf or hard of hearing student goes into a class without services, there's almost no point for them to be there. They're not getting access to that information.
Caitlin Gagnon, a community college student in Prescott, runs a TikTok account dedicated to educating others about what it is like being deaf and a member of the deaf community.
And I really wanted to get some kind of platform where I can spread awareness. And then with more than 100,000 followers, I really do feel like I'm actually spreading the word.
Moving forward, there are a variety of ways to communicate with and support deaf and hard of hearing individuals.
Every deaf student is different.
Yes, we have a diversity in this world, but at the same time, we have a diversity within us.
Even though I know that someone is talking, but I need to look with them. So of course, the masks are the barrier of that.
Both parties need masks, not just I want the clear mask. I need the other person to have the clear mask so I can read their lips.
It makes us more human to be aware of, okay, here's a population that they're probably pretty isolated.
Reach out, Zoom, FaceTime your deaf buddies.
Everybody always thinks there's only one way, and that is talking. But there's always other ways. You just have to get creative.
A little sign language can go a long way.
COVID-19 has changed the lives of many in a variety of ways. For those who are deaf or hard of hearing, this is no exception. Brown, Mejia, and Gagnon all suggested implementing different elements into conversation, to write words or phrases instead of speaking, to gesture while talking, to implementing clear masks into your wardrobe, and to always remember to be patient, kind, and understanding. This has been Madison Young reporting for The State Press.